It was about 15 years ago, almost to the day, that the former pastor of Foothill Church, back then it was called Foothill Christian Center, he tendered his resignation after 27 years as our pastor. Well, the idea of having to look for a new pastor was unsettling and it was daunting. The board asked me to be the chair of the search committee, and we put together a group of young and old, kind of a cross-section of the congregation, and we began to do the vetting process. And we did our job well because we ended up with two very good candidates. But then we had the challenge of saying, who is the right person? Who's the right one that will fit with Foothill? Who's God's man for Foothill? And so the night we went into the meeting to make that decision, we thought it might be a long night. Was the room divided? You know, who knows how it was going to go? But like any individual, the times in their life, they come a fork in the road, they got to make a decision. They always look for guidance, of course, from God. And on an individual level, that's one thing. But group discernment is a whole nother issue. So that night, as we're talking the pros and cons of each pastor, all of a sudden, something special happened. Something settled in over the room. It was the Holy Spirit. It was palpable. I mean, it was the spirit of discernment because all of a sudden, everyone began to click in unison that Chris is the guy. Chris Lewis, he's the man. This is it. And we began to our hearts were united. We looked around and we said, we felt God validate the decision. And so that was really, really powerful. And at that time, we had about 140 people in the church, not many in the children's ministry at all. And youth program was basically very, very few. And then Chris came and the church began to get traction. I asked him during the interview process, I said, how many people will it take, do you think, because it's going to take people to grow people, how many? He said, I think if we get about 400, we'll be in a good place. And look at us now. Because once Chris got here, things began to turn around.
The mega church out in Mazarai. Well, Christ, he brought a vision and his words were weighty. Christ has done so much for us, leaving a career in law. If you want to show him love, buy him salt and straw. He turned this church round, baby, right round. As a pastor, baby, right round, round, round. He turned this church round, baby, right round. As a pastor, baby, right round, round, round. Well, Michelle, full of kindness and she keeps Chris mellow. Well, Michelle, when she likes you, she will squeeze your elbow. Squeeze your elbow. Chris has done so much for us, spitting truth with Bible ties. Let's give all the glory to God. 15 years house come. He turned this church round, baby, right round. As a pastor, baby, right round, round, round. He turned this church round, baby, right round. As a pastor, baby, right round, round, round. Before the day that Chris would preach, he would stroll the streets and sing. So open up your loving ears. Watch out, here he comes.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
What should I do to prepare for Christmas? It won't be long until it's here. Outside it's snowing with icicles growing, but they just remind me the day is drawing near. After I deck all the halls with holly, after the Christmas cards are done, I'll do my shopping, then go party hopping. I'll work hard and then I'll have some fun.
This year I'm really gonna try to find some chestnuts and roasting on the fire. This year I'm gonna do some Christmas caroling.
I think I might start my own neighborhood choir. Don't be surprised if you find me catching up on a little Christmas cheer. I won't need direction, looking for affection under the mistletoe this year.
Well, good morning from the land of Kansas. Pastor Chris, congratulations, 15 years serving the community of Foothill Church in Glendora. Man, for me personally, I just want to say thank you. I've appreciated you over the many, many years. First as a friend, thank you for your friendship to me and my family. I've appreciated that. It's helped our family grow in the knowledge of grace of Jesus Christ, and then beyond that. I remember about a couple of years ago, someone asking me who is one of the most influential people that you know personally who has impacted you in ministry and made you who you are today. And it didn't take me very long to say the name Chris Lewis. Chris, because of your investment in me, really you share in the rewards. Matthew chapter 10 says you really share in the rewards of what's even happening for the gospel here in Kansas. Thank you for your investment, your impact in my life, my wife's life, and the lives of my kids, and pray for many, many more years of fruitful ministry there at Foothill Church. Love you, man.
Hey, Chris, it's so good to... Oh, man, look at the time. I gotta go.
Hey, Chris, I want to just thank you from the bottom of my heart for your 15 years of ministry leadership here at Foothill Church, for the way that you have shepherded our church. You've led us well, you preach the gospel faithfully, and we're so grateful for the way that God has blessed us as a church through your leadership. Not only that, but even just personally, Katie and I have benefited so much from the ways that you and Michelle have led us and showed us what a godly marriage is and how to parent well. And so we're grateful for our time here at Foothill and grateful to be under your leadership. So Chris, I hope you get some time in this season to reflect on what God has done. Obviously, He does the work, but we get to also honor those who God has used. And so we honor you today. Happy 15-year anniversary.
Hey, Chris, I just realized that a lot of people who watch this video will have absolutely no idea who I am because I worked at Foothill for such a short period of time and it was such a long time ago. And yet despite that, I still say hands down that you're the best boss that I ever had. I learned so much from working with you, not only about leadership, but about life, about what it means to be a good man, a good husband, a good father, a good person. And I'll never forget the lessons that I learned there. Buddy, I'm so happy that all of these people have come together to celebrate you because I cannot think of anybody who deserves it more. I love you, man.
Hey Chris, Josh Patterson here from the Village Church. Just wanted to take a couple of seconds here to congratulate you and Michelle and your family and Foothill Church for this incredible milestone of 15 years. It's worth pausing and stopping and celebrating, and it's worth honoring you and all that the Lord has done in you and through your family to this community. I've been impacted by you. I consider you a dear brother. I'm thankful for the time that I have with you and the time that I get with you. It really is always a joy to be with you. Your family is kind and gracious and hospitable, and it's just evident. There's an evidence of God's grace in and through you as a family. And so I hope that in this season, as you reflect and consider all that has transpired, that you are rightly honored for the leader and the man of God that you have been and continue to be. And I pray more faithfulness and more fruit for you in and through your life and your ministry. So bless you, buddy. Stay faithful. We're rejoicing with you all the way over here in Texas. Take care.
Chris Lewis, happy 15th anniversary. Brother, you are a deep well. It's just obvious in your leadership, in your preaching, in your one-on-ones with people, that you have spent a significant amount of time with Jesus Christ, soaking in the scriptures. And so as much as God has accomplished these first 15 years, I am really excited for Foothills and for you about what the next 15 has in store. So God bless you. Cheering you on from Dallas, brother. Love you.